Canelo Alvarez versus John Ryder. Well. What do we have here? What up, Fight World? Your boy, you going back some box. Listen, it is a sad day in boxing for the Cenebans, the Chupapi Muñeños, the Canelo man fans. Canelo Alvarez announced yesterday that he's going to be fighting John Ryder in Mexico. It's not a surprise. It was rumored. If you follow the channel, follow my social media posts at BoxingEgo1 on Instagram, at BoxingEgo on Twitter. Then you would have known this. This is the long rumored fight, we'll say. And it just now became formal, you know, with the flyer and the official face-off and announcement. It's a sad day for Canelo fans. Like, it's getting to the point where, I mean, just think about it. Me, I'm a popular YouTuber, been doing this for years. It's to the point where Canelo news is not even like earth-shattering, and you got all these other fighters fighting the fights you want to see, like Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia, former stablemate of Canelo. Hey, get the payday. You want payday. I know that, right? You got David Benavidez, Caleb Plant in the same division where Canelo's undisputed fighting John Ryder. You have a much better 168-pound fight. I mean, just think about what I'm saying. We know Errol Spence is due to come back, Deontay Wilder, right? They're talking about Fury Usyk, talking about Devin Haney, Lomachenko. So many great fights. You know, Inoue, I can't forget Naoya Inoue in Japan versus Stephen Coolboy Fulton. I mean, there's sensational fights happening. This is like a renaissance in boxing for boxing fans. We've been waiting for this. And look at what Canelo goes out and do. He decides to go out and fight the white gorilla or whatever, Glorilla or whatever his name is, John Ryder, who has 5 losses. And ego fun fact, 3 of the guys out of the 5 losses that John Ryder has, 3 of the guys are British fighters that Canelo has already beat. I mean, ain't that something? And you would know this if you followed me on Instagram or Twitter, because I posted a graphic. But that's crazy. Canelo already beat Rocky Fielding. Rocky Fielding actually beat John Ryder in the past, right? Canelo beat Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders holds a win over John Ryder. And then lastly, the third person, Caleb Smith, holds a win over John Ryder, although that particular one is controversial. But in the same vein, I thought Danny Jacobs beat John Ryder too, and he was robbed in London. So it was kind of karma for John Ryder not getting the nod versus Caleb Smith, just like Danny Jacobs fought in UK against John Ryder and he got robbed over there. So, I mean, this is just unbelievable stuff. Canelo Alvarez is fighting a guy with 5 losses and a guy who has 3 losses to 3 British fighters he's already fought. So Canelo, the British assassin strikes again. The European killer, like he's just fighting nonstop British fighter, Eastern European, Russian fight. I mean, it's crazy. And like I said, you have a fight. Canelo's undisputed at 168, and you got a much better fight at 168 in a few weeks with better programming. Now, this is the other reason why it's sad for Canelo and DAZN. DAZN just hiked up their prices yet again. This fight is not included in that price hike. So for DAZN, it's like $250 US, $250 for a year. Do you know how many different apps, from Paramount Plus to Hulu to Netflix to Spotify and Amazon Prime and, you know, ESPN Plus, all these apps, Apple TV, Spotify, you can get all these apps, a combination of them, and yearly, if you add up the monthly service charges, it won't be that amount. And you can get, like, you can mix and match probably a good 2 to 5 of them, just depending on which ones you go with and if you get any kind of promotions. And you mean to tell me for DAZN only is $250 plus Canelo fight is a separate pay-per-view from the same company that said bye pay-per-view? I mean, this is just laughable at this point. And again, the claim to fame is he's fighting in Mexico and it's a hometown fight and the king is back. I mean, good luck. The other thing is, if this was such a big fight, then why is Canelo taking a price cut? You know, and Eddie Hearn's trying to spin it saying, oh, Canelo, he wanted to do it for his people. he could have fought in the UK, but I'm sure, yeah, he wants to fight at home. That's a part of it. He wants to have a hometown fight in Mexico, but don't make it sound all sweet like Canelo is just taking a pay cut willingly. You could put it in the UK, but why would you, if you're Canelo and you're the A side, why would you do that? Why would you have 30,000 drunk British fans rooting for the opponent? I mean, that just doesn't make sense. So yeah, you could have probably made some money and filled out O2 Arena or whatever, seeing Canelo fight in the UK, but then he would give home court advantage to John Ryder, and we've never really known Canelo to give up A-side luxury, so that doesn't really make sense. Canelo's taking a pay cut because he can't charge this crazy amount in a big stadium in Mexico. Just the cost of living out there, everything is different. It's not Vegas. They couldn't put this fight and make it sellable in Vegas. As I mentioned, you got actually good fights that are taking place in Vegas and around the world. You know, people aren't going to pay for Canelo and John Ryder, so he has to try to milk any fans that he can, you know what I mean? And John Ryder is just not it. That's just it. And the funny thing is this, is me, I'm a popular YouTuber, obviously to get paid for clicks and views and stuff like that. I don't even have to report Canelo. That's how bad it's gotten. I don't have to announce Canelo news the day of the fight because it's not popping. You know, and I got other stuff to do. I'm working on other content for you good people, right? Versus when Mayweather was pound for pound and, you know, active as a real fighter, like as an active fighter when it was counting on his resume, not no exhibition. There's no Floyd announcement that I couldn't do day of because they were so big. I mean, sheesh, you even say Gervonta Davis or Errol Spence or Wilder or, you know, Caleb Plant, David Benavidez. I would not be able to, as a content creator, to not announce the day that Errol Spence comes out with this fight because so many people would be hitting me up. But it just shows you a lack of interest in this particular fight. Just with John Ryder, people don't even care. Like, people just go look in the comment section. And I'm not talking about my comment section. I'm talking about Matchroom and DAZN. They're posting flyers for the fight. Read through and peruse through the comments and you'll see what people are saying. Plus it's on pay-per-view. I mean, it's just, this is crazy. And it's crazy that David Benavidez and Plant are in the same division and they're fighting a better fight, you know? And I'm gonna break it down. It's gonna take a couple of videos for me to break down because I've already seen people are bringing up black fighters like they always do. The Canelo fans, they're saying, "What about your boy Charlo and what about Andrade? What about them?" You know, Canelo said he'll never fight Andrade because he's horrible. Well, you could fight whatever his name is, John Ryder, and he got 5 losses, right? 3 of which came from people you've already beaten, Canelo. So how is Demetrius Andrade so horrible an option and you'll never fight him? You won't fight Charlo. You won't fight Benavidez. You won't fight David Morrell Jr. None of these guys deserve it. They just want a payday. But then you'll fight John Ryder with 5 losses. So, you know, the jig is up. Everything's on Canelo's time. It's such a raw deal for DAZN. I could go on and on. I mean, they're paying them X amount of money for fights that we know aren't the hottest in boxing. It's that simple. Subscribe, and I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you needed gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We work it.